Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new episode. I'm Ashok Tekla, a technical program manager, and today I'm thrilled to be joined by my esteemed guest, Srinivas Chintakanti, a senior director of engineering. Is from Met Matrix. In this episode, we'll explore what it really takes to lead engineering teams at scale, balancing speed with quality, forecasting, accountability, and trust, and embracing the new era of AI-driven metrics. Srinivas Chintakanti, thank you so much for joining. I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
Thank you, Ashok. Thanks for having me here. I'm equally thrilled.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So to kickstart things, right? So I would like to ask your journey on how you have started and where you have started. And could you walk us through your journey? What led you to become a senior director of engineering?
Sure. I started my IT career in 2000, in December 2000, so it's almost 25 years now. So just like everyone, I started as a software engineer, then senior software engineer, team lead, then I basically went through all stages of this ladder, and then I ended up in solution architect. So I was working as a solution architect for many years. When I joined this company, I joined as solution architect, but even though my role is a solution architect, I always used to lead teams. I always used to take initiatives. I don't really wait for the role to the title. So whatever I can do, I used to do that. I used to help other teams. I used to lead my team with all the knowledge, whatever I know, I used to share. So basically, even though I was not technically a manager, I used to do manager duties and responsibilities. So yeah, so my management, my company saw the potential and they promoted me to director of engineering. So I've been working as director of engineering for last 2.5 years, and the journey is so rewarding, and I'm really happy with whatever I am contributing to the company and to the teams.
Amazing. It's an inspiring journey, and I understand from crossing all the bridges to become a director is impeccable. So, what is the one of the or what is something that you think about which stood out while you are driving towards your senior director?
Yeah, I would say that don't wait for the title or opportunity to do something. Always do your best in everything what you do, and don't wait for the role or title. A lot of people think that they can only do when they have the power or title or the role. It's not. Even as a simple solution software engineer, you can do more than the role offers, right? So it's your commitment, it's your passion. Show the passion in your work. If you really have the passion, you can find the areas where you can add value and you can contribute. So that is, I think that's what I believe uh, credit to a lot of success in my career. I used to help my other teams which are not in my org, but I used to help other teams wherever. Basically, I always try to help other team members and projects. That gives the success.
I'm just amazed by the words that you said. Titles doesn't define your work, and
Yes.
again, I think it's a different mindset that you have there, and I think I think I'm going to get more nuggets in this podcast today because that's amazing point, and I think many of us, many, at least from my point of view, sometimes we get lost of things and we just do our own job and not think beyond our title. I think that also hurt us in long term.
Yeah.
But that's an amazing point. I have to, yeah, that's a great one. So now moving into your teams and how you actually organize stuff. And I'm sure you run many Scrum teams and you manage many stuff. So as an engineering organization grows, right? How do you balance the speed and quality and maintain this technical debt? Because these things are challenging. How do you approach this at a larger scale, right?
Right. So every team's or project success comes from the combined effort of the team. Even if you're a superstar alone, it doesn't really work in the long term. Always make sure that your team is empowered, team is equipped. So always make the next generation of leaders in your team and they delegate the work. You cannot try to, if you try to solve every problem yourself, you can only do so much. But if you bring your team to your level and distribute the work, you can do much more. So always think that it's not how, but who. So always find, okay, who can do this work? And of course, it takes time to invest in the teams and empower the teams. But once you have very good team, you can actually do many more things. I'm very happy that I have a very high performing teams, and they do a lot of work, not me. But yeah, the teams does the work, and I always there for support and guidance, mentorship. But they do the actual work.
I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you putting your team front. I think that's one of the leadership qualities, and I admire it. I admire it for sure. So when you are running this org level and you have your estimates and all, right, running multiple teams and all, how do you make sure that all the teams who are working towards a common product, they're always aligned, they're not deviating, and they're not working in silos? How do you maintain this clarity across all?
So in my teams, usually we have a process where we always meet with the teams on a regular basis. We have regular one-on-ones, regular uh, sprint reviews, or maybe even monthly uh, retrospective meetings, and we have a lot of coordination within the teams. So we make sure that everyone is aligned. So it's an open door policy. So even a lowest level engineer can reach out to anybody in the org. So we provide the comfort and that openness in the teams, so that the people should not shy away or scared to talk to anybody, even to raise their voice. So we always encourage our teams to say, okay, suppose if something is not working for you, or maybe if you see something is not correct, just openly say that. So we have a monthly storming sessions. It's called S3, like Amazon AWS S3. We have a S3 session which is solution storming session. So everyone should come up with their own idea or some problem and see, okay, what do you think about the problem, and why you think it's a problem, or maybe what you suggest for that improving the problem or solving the problem. So that's where we all make sure that everyone is aligned, everyone is open to share their ideas, and then we come to a conclusion that yes, we brainstorm each one's problem and then come up with a common aligned solution. So teams are always aligned. That's where the teams always work towards a common goal, not their individual silos.
That's amazing. The thing what I understood is that creating a culture where everybody's voice is heard,
Yes,
those teams will perform better than the other teams.
right.
That's a great thing. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. So now moving on, right? So there are so many roles changes and new roles comes into industry, and when things are changing around, there are always something to adopt, and there'll be more titles.
Right.
So me joining and taking this role up as a technical program manager, and this is becoming more popular nowadays, and I understand the importance of this role. So TPM role, where is this going to add more value in a larger organizations, and especially in bigger innovation stuff?
So technical program manager is really very crucial because he bridges the gap between the delivery and the technical teams. Uh, Project manager is only make sure that he manages the project or deliver on time. But technical program manager role is very crucial because he is knowledgeable technically, and also he is aware of the business needs and everything. So this role is definitely very important. He makes sure that the business goals are aligned to the technical team's roadmap and solve the business problems on time. Not every company has technical program manager role, but the companies who are investing in this role really see the success.
Amazing, amazing. I'm excited to be in this role, to be honest, and I'm all in to make to provide the maximum outcome that I can bring to the org and to the teams. Yeah, yeah, I'm
Right.
excited.
So even though we don't have technical program manager role as such, but I always make sure that the people who are in the leadership roles, like in engineering manager or maybe director people, they have some technical knowledge. They have good, strong technical knowledge. They don't need to do the day-to-day coding, but they should understand the technicalities of the systems. They should able to advise the teams when something goes wrong, when they need advice. So that's where I'm very happy that in my company, a lot of people are technical, even though they are in the executive roles, the people are very strong technically.
I think, yeah, I think the future is like whoever has technical breadth and also the communication skills, I think they will be having more successful in a long run.
Right.
Things are changing. I've been acknowledging it as well. And
Right.
thanks for sharing. And coming out from a senior director also augments my sentiment. So, Srinivas, you mentioned about having a culture, right? So bringing that culture to the teams is not a straightforward thing, right? It's not going to be one time, I think. Like
No,
it has to be improved on top of it every time that you advocate something,
it's a
right?
continuous journey.
So, and also it's important to maintain the psychological safety.
Right.
What are some of the challenges that you can think of and that can be avoided? Whoever is going to watch my podcast can learn from it.
With this internet revolution, or maybe with this work from home culture, people are working from different areas, right? We have to work with the different culture people, not only within the US, but you have to work with India, Philippines, South America. So every person comes with their own mindset and culture. So you have to first understand the person's mindset and culture, from which culture or which environment they are coming from, what is their thought process. So don't straight impose your things on them. First, always think from the other point of view. Okay, when someone says something, okay, what is that bothering them, and what is their mindset, what is their circumstances? So if you always think from other person's point of view, you will understand where it is, and then you can easily explain what it is to them. So luckily, I came from India and I worked in India for a few years. So I know the people in India, how they think, what the culture is. And also throughout my journey, I worked with a lot of geographic teams where I understand how people work or think uh, from South America or even Philippines and Europe. So I know a lot of people, how the mindset is. So that is where I'm explaining my thought process to my teams. And I am, first of all, as I said, I always give the openness to them. And I first make sure that the people are very comfortable in their team, in the team, so they don't shy or they don't fear about talking anything or explaining their ideas. That's where they will be very comfortable, and then we have open discussions to um, for anything. Suppose if they want something, I make sure that their voices are heard and we all collectively discuss and implement the solution, whatever is required. Of course, end of the day, it's a business priority. So we make sure that the business is not hurting with the changes. Definitely, business is a top priority, but at the same time, we make sure that the people are valued. People are, you know, if you make sure that the people are valued and they're respected, they get the due respect, they give more than 100%. It's not the salary, or it's not something else. It's the culture and the team. I heard that the people don't leave the bad companies, they leave the bad managers.
Absolutely. Yeah, I read that. And I highly resonate with your ideas and with the approach that you have broadcasted here. Especially right since COVID, we're not physically at one place. We're all
Right.
virtual, spread out across the world, right? And understanding their perspective and learning from them also helps us to build a solid culture.
Right.
It's not going to be like it's not it's I don't know how things going to be in future, but definitely since COVID things has been different.
Right.
And that's an amazing, like, sometimes I also tend to connect with them on one to understand what exactly is going on, because
Right.
we cannot identify what really happening, because we are most of the time are under impression that where we are living, that's what comes into our mind when something is not working well or anything. We don't think about their current ideal situations, right?
Right. Right.
But this one-on-ones, understanding their culture and all that stuff, and incorporating everything to the teams and making a one giant culture where everybody is happy and
Correct.
expressive. I think that's yeah, that's amazing thing. Definitely, I have to tell you that it also helped, and it also helped them to open up and share more ideas and contribute more to the product.
Right.
I've seen that. Definitely a beautiful magic.
Right. Right.
I
Sometimes
would say.
we have to change the policies as well. Usually, our company makes sure that the people are working in the EST time zone where we all collaborate, because all our systems are very highly user systems, and any system can go wrong anytime. So we always want the teams to be available all the time during business hours. But we have people from Philippines and other countries. So if they want to work in the EST time zone, it is completely a graveyard shift for them. It's completely evening 7 to morning 7. So not everyone is their body or their energy capable of doing productive work in that time. So we have a very high performer engineer, and he was working fine, but after some time he mentioned that he want to resign the job because his health is deteriorating with these night shifts. And then I understand, okay, because of some family constraint, health constraints, they want to change the job. So we adjusted. I always think, okay, if I am in that position, what I would do, what I want, then we changed the time for them, for those people who really need the change in the shifts. And now he is very happy, and in fact his productivity is increased because we gave the comfort. And as long as there are no business impact, we are okay to work. We are okay for them to work in any times and deliver the things. So based on the needs, we change the policies or adjust the things so that everyone is happy and do their best.
I also am fortunate to be in a company where it also acknowledges and gives priority to all this nuance, right?
Right.
It's not like now we are spreading across, right? And
Right.
it's different time zones, and sometimes the org level having some standards also helps team to drive within, right? It's not like team or individual org deciding these factors, but coming from a bigger players in the org will simplify things for the teams. I really resonate with this one, and thanks, and coming this from you as well. Looks like this is a common thing across the orgs, across the companies where things are delivered on a scale, and I think the difference between the companies and the teams that are doing well versus not doing well, I think this tiny nuance that ignoring is also impacting them. I
Right.
would put it that way. Yeah. So Srinivas, how do you approach on mentoring a particular person or identifying a future engineering leadership? Like, how do you approach this? Did you had any prior experience where you had to mentor people, and or in within your team you have identified a particular individual, like he has a potential to lead and he can scale more?
So what we do is typically after a couple of months with their body language, the way they talk, the way they do the work, we identify that okay, this person has some potential. He has capability. And what we do is we assign some junior resources to them and say that, okay, you mentor these guys or you manage these teams. So we always assign a junior to a senior so that they have some level of mentorship or responsibilities, and we watch how they are doing it. So by looking at that, and if they're really doing good, we promote them and we assign bigger teams. But I think within 3 months, you will identify whether the person is really capable or has some potential in the leadership. That's what we are doing it. And also we encourage everyone to we have lunch and learn sessions. We have some monthly happy hours where we encourage teams to just talk something, lunch. If you learn something, you just come and present. Doesn't matter. Even though if everyone knows it, that's fine. You just come and present what you know. So the people become open up and they share their ideas of what they're working on it. And even monthly happy hours we know how people are talking, how they are expressing their ideas. So with all these metrics, we know who will be the future leader.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think what I understood from this one is like you should be more expressive. You should understand what you're talking. You should understand what you're stepping into. And on top of it, building new set of skill set will outline, will put you in a different stage compared to the other folks. I think
Right.
you need to show up
So,
more
and
where.
also we see that how clearly he is expressing his ideas or thoughts, how well he is articulating his ideas. So people don't have any questions afterwards. So that's important to in the communication space, especially because we have global teams. He should be very expressive or clear in expressing or giving the ideas or sending the message out.
Okay, exactly, understood. So it's not about just sharing ideas, like putting on table and just going leaving about it, but it's about driving those calls, bringing that idea,
Yes,
and by the time of you are presenting that idea and leaving the room, everybody should have a clarity what the idea is. And
right.
understood, understood. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, so clarity drives
Clarity.
things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it, got it. So, Srinivas, everything is about AI, and people are talking about AI and started incorporating this AI into their work culture. And I think every org is promoting this, right? Using AI and automation are transforming how engineering teams operate. How is
Obviously.
that? How is that change showing up in your world today?
Definitely, AI impact every field, every domain, every industry. So in my org, we use AI tools to speed up the routine tasks. For example, we use Copilot and other things. So these tools help us to create the boilerplate code for your work, and but we spend more time in the actual logic, not the building the bare bones of the project. So um, these tools definitely help in the coding and the documentation. And also we spend usually we used to spend a lot of time creating the documentation, but with the tools it will create the complete documentation from your code base. And also it will give you ideas how, suppose if you explain the problem, it will suggest the code base, and it will also review your code before you submit the PR. I definitely see a lot of value with this AI tools are providing, but I don't agree that this AI will do everything for you. You have to augment this AI for your work. It will be a co-pilot. It's not a pilot. It's always a co-pilot. So that means you have to drive it, but you can take a lot of help from them.
Got it, got it. So, what is your perspective on this one? So, like, there is a little bit scary thing using AI, and think there are comments like AI could replace people, but how? What is your perspective on this one? Will
I
it
don't.
really replace people, or will it really augment the
I don't.
performance?
I don't agree, because I think I read somewhere that last year, some Cloud Code CEO mentioned that by end of 2025, 80% of the code will be written by AI. It's not happened. I think a couple years ago, or even more than, I think 3, 4 years ago, Elon Musk mentioned that by 2023, we get the self-driving cars completely. No, it's not happening. See, AI will not completely. There is so much hype as well. A lot of companies, valued $1 billion scale. They're saying that okay, they built something cool. Of course, definitely AI is very powerful, but it is not replace the humans completely. Of course, the routine task will be automated so that those automated routine tasks will be eliminated, but new jobs will be created. Definitely, we never know that there is a prompt engineering as an industry, as a job. So prompt engineering is coming up, and there will be a lot of roles will come, like how to use AI responsibly, how to govern this AI usage and regulate this AI. So I don't agree that AI will completely replace the humans, but it will definitely augment or help to do your work more efficiently. So you spend more time in the actual work than this routine things.
Right, exactly. Even my experience, right, using AI, where we can incorporate this AI into our editors and start writing stuff. But I don't think it's at the stage where it can completely write by itself, and it still needs to be trained. And I think it's picking up pretty fast. I should say compared to months where it was and now where it is. It's learning. It's
It's
fast in
learning.
learning.
Yeah, it definitely it's going very fast.
Yeah.
At the same time, we all as engineering people, we have to understand how this is working, and you have to learn these tools. You have to definitely, you cannot ignore them. You have to use in your day-to-day job, but use them to speed up your work. Not just don't be scary that okay, this will be replaced. No, you have to understand and learn it so that you can do the better job.
Yeah, yeah. Even in my LinkedIn posts and videos, right? So I was telling like this is not going to replace anybody, but
Yeah,
it's going to replace people who are not using it actually,
yeah.
right? So yeah, we have to get onto it and understand what it is doing and how we can nurture it to provide the outcome that we want.
I'll
Yeah,
ask only one question, right? If any company has confidence that they can deploy something to production written by AI completely without any testing or without any review, no company will do that. One
yeah,
small mistake could completely damage the company's reputation. So
exactly.
AI will only help you, but there will be always human interaction is required in the whole process. But the
Right,
things will
right.
move faster with AI.
Right, right. Yeah. So with this AI, right, I think now I understood that your team and your org also using it. So did it freed up the engineers? What is your team primarily focusing on using these AIs? Are they freed up from the regular work and they started focusing on innovation, or they started problem solving? Where is this AI is more utilized in your org?
In my org, actually, instead of the engineering teams, we implemented AI in other business areas like sales and customer support, where they're actually getting a lot of benefits from it. So, the sales teams, so basically, they need to respond to RFPs, and they have to create some documents for the customers. So, there we are using AI. There are a lot of tools available, and they are getting a lot of value. And the customer support also, right? uh, if they want to find certain answer for certain problem, AI is helping them to quickly come up with the answer instead of they go and manually search for it. But engineering side, right now we are only using for the code completion in the coding day-to-day practice, but we can do more than that. But we are still learning, we are still on the way to do that.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's a good insight, and thanks for sharing all that stuff. So I have couple personal questions. Like from a senior point of view, right? What is one piece of advice you would give to engineers who aspire to become a leader and move into leadership roles in near future?
As I said earlier, don't wait for the role or title to do a job. If you're really passionate, always have a passion in your work. So you should always enjoy your work, always be passionate what you're doing, and then go and do more than what is required. I always say that if you always do at least couple of things more than what your job, role defines. Then you can expand your knowledge, you can skill, and you can get a lot of visibility with this. Especially people who are aspiring managing or management positions or leadership positions, don't wait for that opportunity. I said you go and create that opportunity for you. No one say no to you if you want to do more, right? So always be open and explore the opportunities. Take the mentorship. Definitely, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. So you take the mentorship, find the right mentor, and they will guide you. And always believe in yourself that yes, you can do. And then don't wait. Don't expect the quick results. It's always you need to have patience and passion.
Right, right. So it's like more show up yourself and outperform your current role.
Right.
And then when it's time, the management will clearly know who's doing what, and
Right.
then
Right.
when the time is right, you'll be pulled in. Awesome, awesome.
See, the management or the leadership always promote a person who is already doing that work. They don't say that, okay, if I promote this person, he will learn and do it. No, people don't want to do that. If a
Right,
person is already at level B, but he is in level A, they will promote to level B because he is already performing level B tasks.
right, right.
So,
And
of
it's
course,
also easy for them to explain from.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I
Right.
understand. Yeah. So, Srinivas, if you have to give a piece of advice to yourself, to your younger self, as an engineer, what would it be?
As an engineer, I was only working in one technology space like Microsoft Technologies. But if I go back in my life and want to do it again, I would explore different areas like mobile development or even different technologies. So I was investing only in one area. Of course, I'm not regretting for that. I'm doing pretty good, but I want to do. Sometimes I want to build some mobile apps, but I cannot do that right now. So I would have done exploring multiple technology spaces. At least for my passion, I would have done something as a side.
Okay, okay. Maybe it's possible now that
With the
using
AI, yes, you can do.
AI.
Yes.
I have I'm educating this one. Like there is no limit for anybody to stop writing
Right.
code now. It's
Right. Yes.
even
Yes.
directors or higher levels. Now you have someone who can assist you and help you to write. And the level of speed it's writing is like
Yeah. With
impressive,
this
right?
tools, cursor, replit, all these tools, all you
Yeah,
need is an idea, and you need to know how to fine tune the prompt and
yeah.
build a system. Yeah. Little bit of technical knowledge is enough to really build the POCs, at least prototypes.
Exactly. So the amount of time it would have taken without AI, like if
Oh
it's
my
six
God.
months, I'm sure you're not going to sit 6 months to do it on
Right.
top of what you're already doing. But this one is going to shrink that timeline,
Yeah.
and
Comes
it
to
is
days.
possible. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is possible now. Who anybody can
Right.
anybody can bring their ideas to life again. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
I get so much fascinated by seeing some of the people who are doing great things, by even doing their regular work. They come
yeah.
up with ideas and they're building some tools. Yeah,
Right, right. Do you recommend any book or anything that stuck with you as a quote or a philosophy that guided you and your leadership journey?
definitely. I'm a big fan of Atomic Habits book, which really everyone should read. Not whether you're in IT, doesn't matter. Every human being should read the Atomic Habits book because it will explain how small, tiny habits in the long run, if you perform continuously, how change your life. So that is really important for every human being. And also, as I said, there is a very nice book by Robin Sharma called "The Leader Who Had No Title." That's really a very interesting book, which will tell you how to think like a leader, how to behave like a leader, even though you are not a leader, even though you don't have a title. So actually, I presented this book to all my team members one Thanksgiving a couple of years ago. So
Amazing.
those books are really good. I have a lot of books, but if you say start with Atomic Habits, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, myself, I also got hands on it, and I think at least read 3 times now. And every time I read it, it's always opens new doors for me as well. And
Exactly.
the rules that the book explains about 1991, 90 by 90 by one rule and all those stuff.
Right.
It's not a lot that you expect to be doing to have any change happen, right? It's slowly improving consistency. Like, consistency is the key for success. Yeah, it's an amazing book, but I haven't got to the second one that you mentioned. I've I've
Okay.
got I've got to the Robin Sharma's one, the 5 Club, but
I
the
am
next
club.
one, yeah, I think I would like to get onto it.
Yeah, so my mentor always say that don't read 10 books, but read one book 10 times, because every time you read, you get new insights. Even though
Right.
when you read first time, you understand thing, but you don't remember everything by end of the book, right? So if you read the same book again, if the book is really good, read multiple times. So you get new insights and you implement all of this. Because if you read 10 books, but if you're not implementing anything, doesn't really help you anything. But if you read one book multiple times, understand everything and implement it, you get so much benefit.
Yeah. Don't read as if you're preparing for exam, or
Right.
as if you have a deadline, right?
Right.
And exactly, one time reading it, I don't think you absorb everything.
No.
The going back to it, reading again, making it as an habit, and tuning your regular days according to the suggestions. I think that's what is expected by that book as well, right? One
Correct.
time reading it doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, I resonate with that. So we are end of our session, and thank you. That was an incredible conversation, Srinivas, and I really appreciate the depth you brought, from building strong culture and scalable delivery to reimagining engineering in this new era.
Right.
Thank you very much, and if time permits and if things align again, we will do. I would like to have you on my next
Thank you so
podcast.
much, Ashok. I really enjoyed our conversation, and all the very
Thank you.
best with your this journey.
Thank you. Thank you, Srinivas. Bye.
Right. Bye.